Hi, gentlemen. Can you tell me about yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Jonathan Reckford, CEO of Habitat for Humanity International, and very privileged to be a part of Habitat's work to build homes, communities, and hope here in Texas, but all around the world in over 70 countries.
Hi, I'm Rob Valentine, and I have the privilege of serving as the president of the Dow Chemical Company Foundation. And we're here today to work alongside Habitat. Habitat's our longest corporate partner of more than 35 years, and we are here today to help support disaster relief.
Now, what made Dow decide to partner with Habitat for Humanity?
You know, 35 years ago, we made the decision that it was important that we work with partners on bringing affordable housing into our communities. We started in one community in the United States, and I'm proud to say that we have now built, and by saying we, it's our employees have built in more than 33 countries around the world. So it's not only about new construction with Habitat, it's not only about neighborhood revitalization, but it's also about responding in disasters such as this here in Texas, that we bring our employees out to build. We have products that we donate as far as energy efficient products, but then also donations to actually help build these houses, or as we said, respond to disasters.
Now, with the hurricanes just having wrapped up, people seem like they need houses more than ever before. How do you guys help?
You know, you're so right. We actually had a huge affordable housing crisis in Texas and Florida and Puerto Rico before the hurricanes, and now we've had tens of thousands of families who've had their homes either damaged or destroyed. So it's really an unprecedented level of damage, and we believe requires an unprecedented response. So we're here today announcing Habitat Hammers Back, our initiative to respond to all three hurricanes. And we've announced the goals of helping over 2,000 families across Texas to build back, over 2,000 families in Florida, across the state of Florida, to build back, and over 2,000 families in Puerto Rico to come back from Hurricane Maria. So a total goal of at least 6,000 families, and we hope to do far more than that if we can raise the resources.
Now, what is the goal you're trying to hit?
So we estimate to do that will require about $100 million. We've raised about $15 million so far, and with partners like Dow and others, we've catalyzed the effort, but really want to bring attention to the fact that after these disasters, about 80% of the initial funds go to the emergency response, and that doesn't leave that much for the long process of rebuilding. So we're laying out goals for the next 3 to 5 years and really inviting people to come build back with us.
How does the process work for building people new homes? Do you first start with the people, or do you start with the home?
So we start with the people. In this case, our traditional habitat model is we come alongside, we work with low-income families. As you may know, our model is they put in hundreds of hours of sweat equity, and then they purchase a very affordable home, and their payments then recycle and help other families have their chance to own a home. And the community comes together and helps build their house. In a disaster response, the principles are the same, but the environment's different. We start by identifying low-income families who've had their houses damaged or destroyed, and we come alongside them, try to help fill the gaps, and then do come alongside bringing that construction expertise, volunteers, and support to help get them back into their homes as quickly as possible.
Now, so you don't only just build new homes, you also do repairs, the ones that were damaged but could be fixed.
That's right, absolutely. So, you know, in Texas, it's heavily a flood issue. So in this case, volunteers have been gutting and mucking out those houses, tearing out all the damaged materials, and then we're coming back in and repairing them and bringing them back to new status. We'll also be doing other kinds of repairs and rehabs. In Florida, it was more of a wind event, so it's very heavy on repair. And then in both states, we'll be doing new construction. In Puerto Rico, we're actually starting in the emergency phase, so we're distributing emergency shelter repair kits that would allow families in areas that still don't have water or power to be able to at least do initial repairs, and then we'll come behind with damage assessments and then begin the repair and reconstruction process in a later phase.
What are in the repair kits at this time?
So the repair kits have a mixture. They have tarps, they've got tools, and they've got ropes, wires, and other things that would allow a family basically to get dry and be able to be sustainable in the short term while we're getting through the emergency phase.
Now, when you think of Habitat for Humanity, you usually think you need to pick up a hammer and start going, what other ways people can help?
Well, one of the myths is we only need people's muscles, and we actually love our construction volunteers, but there are lots of other ways to help. We need donors and advocates. It's actually going to take a lot of funding to be able to do all of this work. And then as we get fully into the rebuilding phase, there will be opportunities to come out and help with the construction. But we also need advocates. There are lots of other ways to get involved. People can go to habitat.org and they can learn about the whole breadth of Habitat's activities and how they can get involved and help.
Now, what is it about housing in general that makes you so committed to supporting Habitat for Humanity?
You know, I think for housing, for most of us who are lucky enough to grow up in decent housing, it's hard to understand how devastating it is not to have a decent place to live. And a disaster sometimes suddenly brings that upon a family in a very sudden and harsh way. And so, in a way, if you take away shelter, it's really the foundation for so many families. Families we've talked to here in Texas, suddenly if you don't have your home, your kid's school is disrupted. It's very tough sometimes to have a livelihood. It's tough to get to work. It's tough to have really the foundation for all the rest of the things we want for our children. What we see is the data is overwhelming. Children that have safe, stable housing stay healthier, they do better in school, and they're ultimately able to be on a path to be self-sustaining. If you pull housing out of that equation, it's very tough to have the kind of life we would wish for every child in this world. And so these families' lives have been totally disrupted. And in a way, getting them back into their homes is the first step towards really regaining that sense of normalcy and stability to get back to their lives.
Where can people learn more information about this?
So please go to habitat.org. You can see in social media under Habitat Hammers Back, and you can learn about both the breadth of Habitat's regular work and our disaster response work and how you can get involved.
Is there anything else you guys would like to add?
Just thank you to all the corporate partners that are out here today and all the employees that are truly making a difference by, again, it's not about writing the check, it's really about getting out here and using the different skills that we all have as employees to really change the community.
And I would just say again, I'd add my thanks, and just that when we talk about all these numbers, every one of those numbers represents a family who has all their hopes and dreams and aspirations and just wants to get back on their feet again. And so we're grateful for all those who are helping us in that effort.
Wonderful. Well, best of luck to you. I hope you guys are successful.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.